Hello friends and welcome back to Flavors on My Dastakhan. Today I will be sharing with you a recipe of egg biryani. To make this recipe I have taken these ingredients, basic ingredients, with 3 tomatoes chopped and 3 onions which were chopped, 4 cups of rice soaked, 6 eggs, 1 whole lemon sliced, 1 whole garlic, and some 2 inches of ginger, chopped coriander leaves and mint leaves. I'm going to use Kewra Essence 1 teaspoon. Now in a pot, I'm going to boil my rice. These are 4 cups of rice, and I'm going to be using the draining method of cooking. I'm going to drain out the excess water when it's 70% done. I'm adding adequate amount of water and some cinnamon sticks just to make the rice flavorful. This is an optional step, adding cinnamon or clove, but I've added to make the rice more flavorful. I've also added 1 tablespoon of any oil. Now I'm taking 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. This is for the masala for the biryani, and I'm adding in 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon of black pepper powder and 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and red chili flakes and 2 teaspoons of salt. Lastly I will add half a teaspoon of turmeric. This is my masala mix for the biryani, which is ready here. And by this time, my rice is almost done, so I'm going to be draining out the water. And it's very important to know to make sure that your rice is 70% cooked and not more than that. It should not, your rice for biryani should never be overcooked or undercooked. And you can test this by checking your rice, by pressing the rice. It should not be mushy, and you should be able to cut it with your fingernails. You should be able to break it. Now for my dry spices, I've taken around an inch of cinnamon stick, which I have cut into pieces. I'm taking in some peppercorns, some cloves. Basically, you can take any garam masala you want. But these are basic ones. Green cardamom, which is 4 in number, 1 bay leaf, and 1 star anise. Now in a pot, I'm going to take in 4 tablespoons of ghee. You can really use vegetable oil or any kind of oil, even olive oil works fine. Mustard oil also works fine. Any kind of oil, butter, any sort of fat to make this biryani. But traditionally, biryani is made in ghee, so I have used ghee for my preparation. These are 4 tablespoons of ghee, and to this I'm adding in my dry spices. Now I'm really careful not to burn my spices, so I have given it around a minute, and I'm adding in my onions. I'm going to let my onions cook until it starts turning golden. I mean, it should be translucent, but yet not golden. I'm going to cook this down. And at this point, I felt my biryani had soaked up all the ghee and was really dry, so I added another tablespoon of ghee. And I have added my tomatoes to this, and I'm going to cook this until my tomatoes are soft. As you can see here, yes. At this point, I'm adding in my ground ginger and garlic. Adding freshly ground ginger and garlic really enhances the taste of any gravy, and I always prefer to add ground ginger and garlic as opposed to store-bought or stored paste. I've added in the spice mix and I've sauteed it for around 2 to 3 minutes, and after which I am going to start dissolving it by adding small amounts of water. And at this point, I have added around a total of 1 cup of water, and I'm going to let this cook on a medium flame with the lid on so that it gets completely disintegrated. Uh, as you can see, I've put the lid on, and I'm going to let this go for 5 to 6 minutes, which is a very important step. After 5 to 6 minutes, you can see it's all steamed up, and the oil has started oozing out, and the I let this cook on a medium to high flame until all the water evaporated, and after which I've added 4 tablespoons of yogurt, which is around a cup of yogurt. And as with any yogurt dishes, you must start whisking it into the gravy to avoid the yogurt from curdling. Many times when we have, especially if you don't have a thick or a Greek yogurt, this can be an issue. So if you're adding a runny yogurt, to whisk the yogurt before you add it to the gravy. Now I'm added my eggs to this, and I'm going to cover this and let this cook for around 3 to 4 minutes, not more than that. The idea is the eggs are already boiled and the masala is already cooked. The idea was just to make sure that this is the eggs absorb the flavors or aroma of the gravy. Now my at this point my gravy is completely done. The oil had oozed out and it started to stick at the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to just scrape out everything. I'm adding water to ensure that everything is nice uh, and the masala is completely done before adding the rice. So at this point, all my masala has been scraped down, and this looks completely. The eggs are coated, and it's so flavorful. I cannot tell you how flavorful this is at this point. And I'm going to add in my greens. This is my coriander, chopped coriander, and my chopped mint. And I'm going to add in my sliced lemon to this. Now, the trick for this, when you're adding greens, is to make sure that the quantity is right. That means to say it should not be really less and it should not be too much. Coriander and mint really enhances, and lemon for that matter, enhances the flavor of the biryani. It is not supposed to overpower it. So you have to make sure how much you add in your greens. Now the last final step is to add in more the rice, which is was cooked 70%, and I'm gonna just break down the rice and add it. And like I said earlier, it is a very important step to make sure that your rice is not completely cooked but 70% done. At this point, I must also tell you that all the recipe and the ingredients and everything is mentioned in the description box. Also, there is a link to my website in the description box and my Instagram account. On my website, you can find all my other recipes, and on my Instagram account, you can follow me to see my daily uh, routine, my daily updates. So now I have added my rice, I've spread it nicely, I've covered the lid, and I'm going to transfer it to a smaller flame on top of an iron pan. Now, separately, I have taken some oil in a frying pan, and I've added around 100 grams of butter with one onion, which is cut into roundels. This this step is for creating the browned onion. It's called biryani in Hindi or Urdu or this language. This is brown onions basically, which will go on top of the biryani, making it really, really, really delicious. I wouldn't say that this is an optional step. This is a compulsory step. You must do this. Uh, this is uh, this is a must for a biryani. And at this point, I'm going to add in these um, onions on top of this, fried onions on top of this with the ghee, with the butter. And believe me, you would know the difference when you do it this way. It is really flavorful. The butter adds in the extra flavor to this. And I'm adding in my Kewra Essence, around 1 teaspoon of it, and This was enough in my pot, in my box. So I've added directly from my pot. And this is how I plated it. I took out the eggs and I sliced into half, and I took the rice. See, I did not need any color. I did not add any color. It was not required. You could add, but it really did not need. So I just plated my rice and I added the egg on top of it, and it turned out absolutely delicious. I hope you will try this and do let me know how it turned out for you. Thank you for watching. Do like and share and subscribe to my channel. I would be really grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.